Mr. Garvey, it is a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance. Allow me to introduce myself. The name is Kellogg, Liza Kellogg, and this dirty little backwater settlement you decide to help, that belongs to me now. Come on, X6, I've got plans for our Mr. Garvey here. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Adamas Sandwood, and welcome back to the Commonwealth. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to Chaos and Fallout for putting this build challenge together. This was super fun. Now, also, before we get too far along, I want to give a big thank you to every single one of my subscribers for getting me this far. We have just pushed it over 236 subscribers. So thank you so much. All my people that have stuck around for as long as you have, thank you for all the love and support. And to all my new people, I hope I can continue to do this for you and give you some type of entertainment. Now, you guys know that I did a mega build here less than what 6 or 7 months ago, and I also have done at least one existing Raider build on my channel. There were a couple of more that have since been deleted, but this one is not going to be a mega build. This is just a small, quaint build with a lot of detail, and I can't wait to show you. So without further ado, guys, let's take a look at this Disciples themed Raider build. Hold that thought. So here we are at County Crossing, a Disciples Raider camp. What do you guys think about Mr. Garvey's new accommodations? I think it suits him quite well. How you doing up there, Preston? Another settlement needs your help. Here, I'll mark it on your map for you. Boom. Dance. Excuse me. So, as you can see here, guys, it is not a huge mega build by any means, but by doing it a bit smaller than what you would normally think of doing in County Crossing, it allows us to add a bit more detail on the inside. Now, obviously, I've seen builds with a lot more detail than this, but I am quite happy with how this turned out. As you can see here on the left, a gunner tried to make his way over, but it didn't quite work out too well for him. This is not a feeder settlement. It does not provide crops to any other place other than itself. So we got rid of all the crops out here in the field. This is actually the back of the bar, the last stop, which is, I think, quite fitting for this. Here on the left-hand side, you'll see what we were actually able to do with the semi truck that was actually here. We just added in this trailer, flipped it over on its side, courtesy of QWAPA, and there we go. We even got Bill and Bob standing guard up there as well. So, and here in the front, I'm really happy with how this turned out. We got a nice little entrance, and there's actually only one way in and one way out. Oh, actually we got a rad storm coming. Let me go ahead and clear that up here real quick with this new weather gun. Now, this weather gun is not the one that Ogre was talking about in Sardeliak's Discord, but I will try to leave in my description the name of this mod and the mod author, because so far so good. Now, the one that Ogre's working on supposedly has a lot more detail, and he is putting a lot of effort into it. So make sure you guys check it out. Hit him up in Sardeliak's Discord, and he'll explain a bit more to you. So here under this tree, this is my idea, just something to hold up this set of steps, and that is Sardeliak's favorite table, the drop leaf table, as I now know it's called. Thank you, Sardeliak, because I actually didn't know that was what it was called. Alright, let's go ahead and head on the inside. Now, the thing you're going to notice here on the inside is this concrete pipe. Now, this concrete pipe is sort of a follow-up to my industrial pipe apartments that I did over in the slog. Make sure you guys check that build out if you're interested. The spikes that are in the wire fence here, as well as the ones all along the top of the wall and the spiral barbed wire, that actually comes from the Settlement Ambush Kit and Creation Club. Now, the debris that's on the walkway here, as well as these mushrooms, which, by the way, they glow in the dark, something that I've wanted for quite some time. They're all over the Commonwealth, and I was so happy that CVA, Custom Vanilla Assets, actually offers that. Thank you, the Fallout 4 guy, for actually showing that off in your builds. Now, this carrot blossom, hello, that actually comes more, it's kind of like an homage to myself. I did that in my Red Rocket Raider build over there that was also for the Disciples. Now, this bus, and you like the experimental plants, we know what those are. Now, in the back of the bus here, we actually have a little bit of a friend here. Liza actually comes to play here every so often, And hello there, Deacon. How are you? Yeah, we're going to come back and chat with you later, okay? Okay. Bye. Now, here in the benches here on the bus, now obviously there's not a lot of detail on this bus. The settlers don't use it, but at least we have these beds. We can RP it that they actually would come up here. Actually really happy with how the ammo storage turned out. A little cargo netting there. Now let's go ahead and go back out here. Now this store that you're going to see here, anybody that's actually been to Nuka World, when you go toward the front entrance when you first get there, or I guess it would technically be when you exit the park and re-enter the park from the parking lot, just look for the Raider tent and the metal table. You'll see what I'm talking about, the wicker baskets as well. But the counter there, I actually built that from scratch. That's based off of something similar that I saw in Workshop Decorations Pack. Now, Chaos, you wanted to see something custom that would identify this as something of my own, and this is actually what I've got for you. This I built this when I first got here. This is the first thing that I did with this nice little cooking area, this kitchen, I guess. And some of the things that we eat here are a little questionable, but I think that, Lord Chaos, I think you would approve here. So, of course, here is that ashtray that I built for you guys. Saw the picture of this on Discord, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. Just something simple and basic, and nothing too awesome about it, but again, it looks really nice to me. Yeah, shut up and get back to work. Now, over here on the side, we got a little bit of a clipping issue with that barrel there, but this actually comes from, I believe that comes from Akira's Clutter there, or Workshop Decorations. Not quite sure, but I really like that Deathclaw motif there. Now, here the last stop, this bar. Really happy with how this turned out. Of course, it's just a standard bus station that comes, or a bus stop that comes from USO, and we added some warehouse pieces and some shack pieces. The floor here, obviously, and then we got the bookshelves here. I think this was a nice little bar here. The reappearing and disappearing bear there, I think that actually comes from, not quite sure where that comes from, but again, it's I really like that little bear. And then, let's see, over here on the side, this is actually the standard house that comes with this settlement. We just added the tarp here in the front. And we actually have about 3-4 beds that are actually back here. And it's kind of cute when everybody gets together. They all look like a bunch of little kittens. Nice. Anyway, moving right along. So let's go back out into the courtyard and let's go take a look at this little trough over here. Now, next time you guys are out scavenging around, you decide to pick up one of the toy rocket ships or even one of the Nuka-Cola trucks. It might have actually come from here. So if you ever wonder where that nice bright red color comes from, yeah, maybe think twice before you pick it up. Or, hey, maybe you could charge double for it. It's got a lot of iron in that paint. Now, as aforementioned, we are self-efficient. We make all of our own chems and all of our own meds here at this custom chemistry station, which we kind of have to do because, Doc Weathers, he met an untimely demise. When you know it, he went to go enter and refused to pay his toll tax. I mean, kind of a bad idea. Yeah, you should pay your taxes, guys. Yeah, definitely a good idea. Now, back here in this booze still, it's a little questionable, some of the things that we put into our booze. And the settlers, I think we're going to have a talk with them because I think that is supposed to be a sign of distress. Liza may be a synth, but she wasn't born yesterday. She was born last week sometime in the middle. Now, wouldn't you know it, we gave Jangles a job to drive this forklift, and the first thing he does is slams it right into the side of this storage shed. Jeez me Christmas. Guys, please make sure you get your monkeys certified. OSHA. Now, what the heck? What? Give me that. Okay, apparently these guys were up to a little bit of something here. Fine, E.G., look, you can have the machete back when the tour is done, okay? Let me just finish talking to my friends, all right? Now, you'll see the scaffolding steps here that's going to lead up to these ugly little steps. Of course, obviously, these are custom. I just wanted these steps just to look like something they threw together at the last minute. Now, obviously, we got some moldy food here, and we got some bit of jet, so we can pick that up for later. We got 3 different kinds of beds up here. Now, of course, every druggie has got to sleep in a bathtub at least once in their life. I've probably slept in a couple of them. And that wasn't due to chems, that was due to booze. I don't drink anymore. Give me a break. Now, obviously, this tree house is not the best one that I've done, but I thought it was nice just to kind of make it look like it was thrown together. Unfortunately, there are a lot of pieces up here that are from interactive settlement objects. I was really hoping to keep some of the raiders or settlers using it. For whatever reason, they didn't climb up here. Now, I'm happy that I was finally able to put together a bonfire thanks to the QWAPA tilt function and CVA effects. I just wish we had more objects that we could build that had a burn texture. So if there's any mod authors that could do that for us on console, that would be great. Please, can you make that happen? Now, this is how Liza tends to deal with anybody that gets on her bad side, or if they tick off the raiders too much. Yeah, we caught this guy actually trying to scale the fence. So far, we've only pelted him with a few pieces of rotten fish and some potatoes. But, yeah, there's always the final option, and then he ends up going in a stew pot. Nice. Yeah, the burned floor there, or soot there, that actually comes from Wordy Purdy's section in the Fallout 4 guys' requested parts. Guys, that's pretty much going to wrap it up. No night tour in this one. I'm just happy that you stuck around as long as you did. My apologies if my volume was a little up and down there in the beginning, guys. But speaking of sticking around, guys, once again, thank you for pushing me past 230. Big shout out to Granny Gamer and Vault Girl 145. Make sure you guys check out their channels. They are amazing. And, well, to all of you, again, thank you. I am Adamus Anguin. I love you all. I'm out.